Hey everyone, as promised, back with another video of me playing Rapid. And yeah, we're up to like 2000 right now, so that's quite good. Yeah, next game, let's see. We have the white pieces, so that's good. I'm gonna start it with e4. I've been experimenting with d4 recently, but I think e4 is definitely my main move and the one that I know best. Let's see what our opponent plays here. MN blind rated 2034. They're blitz. They don't play blitz, only bullet. Okay, Scandinavian Defense. This is going to be instructive. E6, d5. Not saying that I'm going to win necessarily, but we see a very interesting opening. And so, yeah, after Queen a5 here, I mean, there are three moves in this position, which is Queen a5, Queen d6, which has been gaining popularity recently, or Queen d8, which is the worst out of the three, but something, yeah, we need to know things against that, clearly. Queen e5 here. Most principled move, definitely take over the center, d4. And now knight f6, yeah. So now definitely the best move here is to play knight f3, not commit with the bishop. Like, we can possibly bring the bishop to c4, putting some pressure on f7, but we don't want to commit with that yet. Knight f3 and knight c3 are two very logical squares for the knight. And now bishop g4 is a known inaccuracy because of this move h3. And if they're forced to give up the bishop here, then we just have a static advantage here. And otherwise, if they play a move like bishop f5, then I believe bishop c4 here, followed by knight e5, and then g4 is very strong. So this knight e5 move is very critical to know. But if you play knight e5 now, then possibly knight d7 is annoying. Knight d7, we can still retreat with the knight to c4, which I think is very good. Yeah, I think that's actually one of the lines. Either play knight e5 now or play bishop c4 now. Yeah, let's see if bishop c4, c6, knight e5, e6, g4 is quite good. So I'm trying to remember which move is the best. Is knight e5 now the best, or is bishop c4 now the best? Knight e5, e6, g4. So if I'm not mistaken, I remember that my preparation includes with the move c6 included. So if I play bishop c4 now, maybe knight c6. Yeah, so knight c6 is I think a move that I want to avoid. Yeah, so I believe knight e5 is the correct move. If knight c6, I can just take on c6 with a static advantage of attacking the double pawns. Yeah, knight e5 I think is the best move. And if knight bd7, I think it's queen f3. I think that's the move, yeah. Yeah, okay. And otherwise, we have the move bishop c4, threatening f7, so e6 is forced, and then g4. So that's the idea. And I think by the end of this line, we are going to win the bishop pair. And so that's I think gives white like a +1 advantage, just because of the lead in development. And even though we compromise our king side, the bishop pair is going to mean a lot in this kind of position. So e6 is the only move I think playable. Knight d5, I can always just take on d5 and then play queen f3. e6, g4 is very good. So yeah. So here I believe queen f3 also is playable now. But I think bishop takes d5. Bishop takes d5. Let's see, bishop d5, cd5, queen f3, or queen f3 now. But maybe that runs into... I don't think it runs into anything actually. I don't know what I'm concerned about. The consideration is if you should play queen f3 now or if I should play it later. After bishop takes d5. Let's see. g6, bishop d5, cd5, g4, bishop e6. But if I play queen f3 now, g6, bishop d5, cd5, queen d5 is a clean pawn. So I think I'll play queen f3 first. I'm not sure which is correct, but based on my current evaluation, this seems to be the right move. Yeah, okay. Oh wait, I think I missed this one. Yeah, I forgot that he could go bishop e6 back. But I can always just castle here because knight c3, bishop takes e6 is an intermezzo. Yeah, because of knight c3, I have bishop e6. And so maybe I can continue with knight e4 or even like bishop d2 now. So I'm expecting knight d7. Knight d7. No, knight d7 just allows me to play knight takes d7 with some problems. Yeah, this is not pleasant for black to deal with, but if they get out of the opening with a solid pawn structure, then they could be okay. So that's like the threat of the Scandinavian defense, is that their position is like this close to being sound, but it just isn't because of the because of the queen coming out so early and things like that. So yeah, bishop d5, or maybe knight d5, bishop d5. I can also just go for bishop d2. Very simple and safe. Or even knight e4. Knight e4 yeah, avoids the exchange of pieces, which I quite like actually. And they can't retreat the knight to here, but I can always just play c3. And I think I just have a very nice position there. So I want to avoid the exchange of pieces because if I exchange too many pieces, then the space advantage with the pawn on d4 won't mean much. So I think this is a very logical move. Yeah. The question is, if they go knight d7, what do I play? Maybe I take on d7, and then if they play queen takes d7, I have knight c5. And at least I secure the bishop pair with a nice advantage. So I'm quite happy with that. And if, let's see, knight d7, bishop takes d7, maybe I have knight g5. Yeah, and then if they're forced to play f6, that would be terribly weakening. So just seeing that, I'm quite happy with this decision. If b5, I just drop the bishop back to b3, with knight g5 coming maybe. Okay, let's see how this goes. It's not easy to solve black's problems, especially with this knight g5 move coming in very quickly. Maybe actually my opponent is playing, wait, I thought that's not very good. Yeah, knight c5, and I at least get the bishop pair, which is quite significant in this kind of position, I think. Queen d6. I'll definitely take on e6 and even play bishop d2, rook d1. Or I can even drop the bishop back to d3 with bishop f5 coming. I think I'll play bishop d2 so I can prevent the knight ever from coming to b4. And I'm also giving the e1 square for the rook. Yeah. And now I can play rook e1, they're going to play e6. Or I can play bishop d3. Bishop b3 even, yeah. So I can keep pressure on this f7 pawn while keeping the option of c4 open. So now c4 and blasting the center open with d5 looks very, very in spirit of the position. Bishop g5 now. Or even d5. If cd5, cd5, knight d5. I really want to play d5 now, but let's see. Rook e1, bishop e7, d5. Am I even ready to take on e7 because the bishop on d2 is hanging? Rook fe1. Rook fe1, queen d4. Maybe they're threatening to take, yeah, this guy. So I need to play d5 now or play a move like bishop g5. But after queen d4, rook ad1, rook ad1, queen g4. I don't see the compensation fully yet. Yeah, d5, cd5, cd5, knight d5, rook e1, knight f6, bishop c3, bishop e7. Maybe I want to play queen g3 somewhere. Bishop c3, bishop e7, d5. Maybe even queen g3 now. e5. This is critical for sure. cd5, cd5, knight d5. Rook fe1, or I can even play queen g3 there. I'll play d5 now, just because I know if I don't do it now, I'm never gonna get the chance. Oh, rookie, huh? I didn't expect that move. But I have rook e1 now, and they cannot play bishop e7 because of bishop e4. I think this is winning. Yeah, and if they go knight g8, that's going to be extremely passive. So I think they missed this bishop e4 move. So that's why I didn't even consider e takes d5. I just thought there's no way that opening up the e-file could be good. And even if I didn't see this bishop e4 move, like, I mean, I didn't see it before. I didn't even consider that move essentially. Okay, I now have to take on e7. And if queen e7, cd5, that's just easily winning. So he's gonna lose a lot of material here, I think. Knight d2, I just, move the queen anywhere, and my rook still keeps pressure on this guy. So, yeah, this is winning easily. I wonder if my opponent is being blindfolded because they have blind in their name. Very possible. Which is why they only play rapid and bullet, but bullet is kind of crazy. Yeah, so I'm gonna need to review this, and I'll definitely make a video on the Scandinavian Defense. Maybe after this, actually, because, yeah. Okay, cd5, easy. Rook takes here. Rook takes e4, d4, queen f7, king d8. I don't have anything. Oh no, king d8, I just go rook d1 and then I win. But if I play bishop d5 now, takes, rook takes here. And if they step anywhere on the theirs, then I just give a discover check. I think that's winning. So I can either win the queen immediately. Yeah, I think this is quite forcing actually. King d8 and then rook d1 takes, and then I have like bishop g4 coming with mate to come. And the discoordination of the rooks is just like deadly. They may have to play like h5, but then I just drop the bishop back to a4 even. Or even g6, bishop a4. Yeah, so I have like two ways to win here. I think I'll go for the fanciest way to win. With rook takes e4, queen f7, rook king d8, and then rook d1. King d8, rook d1. Yeah, easy. So this is quite nice. And now I have either bishop g4 coming or bishop a4. So that's going to be lights out. Bishop a4, there's no defense. Here I just go queen f8, rook e7, queen f8. Yeah, okay. This is very nice. I'm sure I didn't play that correctly, but it seemed like a very difficult position nonetheless. So I'm happy with this. King c7, and okay, this is just game over. Queen d6, I want to force the king over here, and then maybe a3 followed by even queen b4. Oh no, a3, and so now if it takes here, I have queen b4 mate. If b5, I have just check and check. That's nice. Ooh, very nice game. So this was an interesting game. d5 takes, knight c3, queen a5, d4, knight f6, knight f3, and then bishop f5. So yeah, the point in this position is that if they play bishop g4, which looks quite normal, saying that now that white has developed the knight to f3, now I can put some pressure. The point is that after h3, white is just better because they're essentially forced to take on f3, giving the bishop pair. But after c6, let's say bishop c4 or like bishop d2 is the main move. The position just is slightly better for white because of the bishop pair. And yeah, that provides like a long-lasting edge essentially. So after h3, if they play bishop h5, white actually has this move g4 and knight e5. And this looks quite dangerous, actually. Like after e6, this move h4 even looks quite unpleasant to deal with, I think. So that's the point, is that bishop g4 is no longer a viable move. And so after bishop f5, actually, I was considering two moves, either bishop c4 or knight e5. But I think that the point behind knight e5 is that actually, instead of bishop c4, if they play a move like e6, for example, knight c4 is very annoying. And so this square on c4 is still available for the knight because we did not play bishop c4. So I think that's like another point of this move knight e5, is that it supports the move g4 and it also supports the move knight c4. And so my opponent plays c6 here, but now this allows another line, which is that we develop very quickly with bishop c4, threatening f7, and the main line is something like e6, and now we play g4. So again, as I mentioned, like this is the main point of playing the move knight e5, bishop g6, and now h4, threatening h5. And obviously black cannot move the h pawn because that would just drop the bishop and create this horrible structure. And so they can't do that. And so bishop knight bd7 is the main move, and then here we just take knight takes d7, h5, and then after bishop e4, attacking the rook, making use of this pin, white can simply castle. And the point is that now this bishop is hanging, and black has only one square for the bishop d5, but after we take on d5, cd5, and let's say bishop d3, white is just better here because the bishop pair, and already a lead in development essentially, because I think, yeah, I would consider this a lead in development because white is already castled and they already have the nice bishop out on d3 and they have a nice pawn on d4 controlling the center. And so this knight is really dominated on d7. However, it's not that clear. Like, even though the computer gives this as like a slight advantage for white, it's not entirely clear because white's like kingside here, which they've already castled into, has already been overextended. And so that's kind of the drawback of this line. But still, white should objectively be better. However, for knight d5, I immediately saw the possibility of queen f3. Yeah, but apparently the computer recommends something like bishop d2 after queen b6, bishop takes d5, cd5, knight d5. That just wins a clean pawn. They can't even go... I don't think they can go here because either move like bishop c3 or... Let's see, knight c7, king d8. There should be something. Knight f7, king c7, bishop a5, I think is a move. Let's see if this is possible. Bishop a5 is just winning the queen. I'm sure there are other lines that are winning, but that's the one that I see for now. But queen f3 makes some sense in that it puts some pressure on here. And I did see the move bishop e6, actually, but yeah, I just thought that it didn't really... like, I saw this like for 1 second, but I just thought that this can't be good because it blocks in your own development, and after castles, white just has a big lead. And here queen d8 was chosen, which I think is quite solid, but apparently I'm missing something. Knight d5. Ah, okay, so bishop d5, queen f7 is a very nice tactic, which I missed. Yeah, so that just leads to checkmate, actually. So yeah, that's the one line that I didn't see. But after cd5 also, bishop b5 check is just crushing because of this, and knight takes e6. Yeah. There's some lines after queen b6, knight a7, king d8, c4. Yeah, but this should just be easily winning. Yeah, something like this. But instead I go for knight e4, which the idea is just to possibly harass his bishop with knight g5, which I think makes some sense because you like... Ideally, I want to keep pieces on the board because I have extra space and more active pieces. And if I trade down, then I'm not going to have that big of an advantage. However, knight takes d5 in this position is admittedly winning on the spot. Queen d8, knight e4, knight d7. And here, yeah, this is the one line that I saw, that I at least get the bishop pair. Yeah, the computer recommends h3, saying that essentially, I guess, you're not going to get this bishop out anytime soon. g6, rook e1, I'm guessing is something like, yes, really good. But yeah, knight takes e6, queen e6, and I thought bishop d2, and I just don't have any other good square for this bishop, so I play bishop d2 to prepare rook e1, and essentially I free up the c pawn to be able to move forward, e6, c4, knight f6, Yeah, and this is the critical moment where I essentially need to play d5. Because if I don't play d5 now, let's say I play like bishop c3, then after bishop e7, I think I can still go for d5 here, but without the rook on e1, it doesn't seem as powerful. Let's say cd5, cd5, not d5 here. Perhaps this is still good. Takes, and if queen takes, I think takes rook e1 is quite good. Let's say king f8, bishop g7 seems to be very good. And if otherwise, let's say bishop d5, e d5, then I think taking on g7 now is very good. But then again, I might be crazy. Yeah, something like this looks just very pleasant. Maybe even like bishop f6. Because bishop d4, queen g4 trades some pieces that I don't want. Yeah, possibly something like that. But yeah, I play d5 now to avoid those possibilities. And the point is that after cd5, cd5, it's just like one tempo faster because I don't need my bishop on c3 like in the previous line that I just showed. So this is quite good, I think, for white. Let's say rook e1 makes sense. And bishop e7 I think loses like before. Takes, and then bishop e4. Yeah, but apparently castling here is a possibility, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, that's definitely something I missed. Making use of the two loose bishops. But that's a very, yeah, deep idea. And after this one, and they're simply losing after rook e1, bishop e7, bishop e4, making use of the e-file. So you don't want to open up the center when you're just not castled yet. And yeah, this just goes to show, like, even if you don't see the immediate like rook e1 here, you need to notice that, yeah, you cannot be opening up lines to your king when you are uncastled. And after this one, bishop e4, takes. Yeah, this one, I'm not sure which is more winning, rook takes e4 or bishop takes d5, because I saw this one, and the point is that if, yeah, I guess if they play queen takes d5, then I have rook e4, and if they step on the d file, then I can play rook d1, winning. Yeah, but I guess one thing that I didn't consider that deeply is f5, but still I just take on e4, and this should be completely winning. Yeah, again, when the king steps to the d file, I just pin. So that's also winning, but I saw that rook takes e4 immediately wins on the spot because of rook d1. And I just thought that with the disconnection of the two rooks, like this would maybe be, I mean, it would still be losing for black, but it would maybe be semi like okay if they manage to get counterplay on the d file, let's say with doubling of the rooks. But in this position, the rooks are disconnected, and I have an extra bishop which can create some additional checkmating threats, and so that changes everything. Rook e8, bishop a4, yeah, and then here I just win the rook easily. Then the a3 is just nice to prepare queen b4 checkmate, which I don't think you can really stop. I guess here you have bishop c6 with queen b4 coming. So yeah, that's a very nice game, I think. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions or video requests, comment those down below. See you next time. Bye.